Hey, what's going on everyone? My name is Ian, and today I'm bringing you another graded cards video. This one will entail a couple of different submissions I've had over the last month and a half. And we also have a couple different games on this go around. So we're going to start off continuing with the Dragon Ball Z GKI Ultras, and then probably check out, I have some Magic cards, some Weiss Schwarz cards, and I'll probably end on the Pokemon stuff this time. So getting right into it. So the first DBZ card that I got back was the GKI Goku, or Super Saiyan Goku from the Frieza Saga. And this one came back as a Mint 9 with a centering at 9.5, corners at 8.5, and then edges and surface were at a 9. So pretty good grade. All my GKI Ultras have at least gotten a 9 or higher, so I'm pretty satisfied with that. And then moving right along with these, the next Ultra Rare is Goku the Galaxy's Hero. So this is the GKI version. If you've seen some of my previous videos, you know that I have a limited edition one of these as well. But this one actually got a better grade overall with a Gem Mint 9.5. And the centering and edges were at a 9.5, the corners were at a 9, and the surface was a perfect 10. So again, very glad to see that surface being at a perfect 10. I really like having a clean surface on my cards. Next one is the Majin Vegeta from the Babidi Saga. This is his level 1. And this one came back as a Mint 9 with the centering and edges at a 9.5, the corners at an 8.5, and again the surface coming in at a perfect 10. So very glad to see that. And continuing from the same set was Majin Vegeta the Malevolent. So this is his level 5 Ultra Rare from the Babidi Saga. This one came back as a Gem Mint 9.5 with centerings and edges at 9.5, corners at a 9, and the surface again at a perfect 10. So very happy to see that. These are some of the cooler Vegeta cards, including the Cell Saga Ultra Rare, so I was glad all of mine could get a 9 or higher. And then the next card is a Scoring Zone promo. So not going to be as exciting as a Champ Drill or World Champ Punch, but I'm eventually going to get all of the scoring zones graded. So this is the top 16, I believe. Let the games begin. Or no, I'm sorry. This is just the entry card for it. That one's the top cut, not this one. So this one came back at a 9. The centering was a 9.5, edges were a 9, corners were an 8.5, and the surface was a 9.5. So pretty good grade on this card since it's pretty tough to come by as well. Alright, so from there we are going to go, let's do the one Magic card I have. So I'm starting to play Magic again and get more into it. And so the first card I had graded was the Avacyn Angel of Hope. And this is from the From the Vault collection. This one came in at a 9.5, the centering and edges were a 9.5, the corners were a 9, and the surface was a 10. So I was pretty satisfied with this. I know some of the From the Vault cards can be in a little rough condition based off of the packaging and everything, but glad this one got a Gem Mint 9.5, and again, that perfect 10 on the surface is really or the main thing I care about on these cards usually. So just overall a very pretty card, and one of my favorites just because of the art on it. And then, so from there, we'll go into the Weiss Schwarz stuff. So, I just recently learned how to play it, but I've been collecting it for a while. But, of course, with Attack on Titan coming out, and I'm a pretty big fan of that, so I got a couple of the higher-end cards graded. So this is a triple rare Beyond the Walls Mikasa, and this came back as a pristine 10. So first 10 to ever get graded, so I was very happy about this. The centering, the corners and surface were 10, and the edges were 9.5. I spent a long time. I pulled these from packs and thought they would get a perfect 10. I think there's only just like a small white dot on the very top, and that may have been what prevented it from getting a black label, but I'm not too sure. But so that was the first card. I have 3 different Attack on Titan cards. The next one also came back as a perfect 10, with a pristine 10, and this one also had the exact same grades 10s on everything except for the edges that had a 9.5. And this is the Wings of Freedom triple R version of the Climax card. So a very cool looking card, and you can really view the art very well with it in this case, so I really like how they look in these. And then the last one, I got lucky enough to pull one of the autograph cards. It wasn't Levi, unfortunately, but it's still a cool card to have, and I really like how they look. So this one was the Resisting Fate Aaron, and this is the SP version, and it came back as a pristine 10 as well. 10 on the centering, corners, edges, and the surface was a 9.5, and I'm not really sure why, because I pulled this and it went straight into a pack or a sleeve, so I didn't really know what was wrong. The only thing I can think of is maybe like the stamp itself is a little kind of jaggedy, or I don't really know how to explain that, but so maybe it was just the production error on it. That's really all I could see on it, so to make it maybe get a 9.5. But nonetheless, very happy about these grades. They look really good in as graded cards. I'm pretty sure there's less Weiss Schwarz. Well, Yu Yu Hakusho and Weiss Schwarz as far as grading probably isn't too many out there. But these are cards that I really like to have, and I wanted to try and get some 10s for myself finally. So I was glad to see those. So the last 4 cards I got are Pokemon, and we'll start with the newer stuff first and then go back to the retro. So one of the more recent ones, I went to the pre-release for the Ancient Origins set, and managed to pick this up off of one of the players there. This is a shiny Mega Rayquaza. I guess this is considered a secret rare, I believe, for this set. Full art card, and it came back as a 9. Yeah, it's just some of the newer Pokemon stuff the factory production on them is a little harsh, because the edges and the corners, I mean, it came out of the pack this way, so you can't really do much about it. But overall, it had a 9.5 on the centering and surface, corners were an 8.5, and edges were a 9. So still a pretty cool looking card. And now I got both of the Mega Rayquaza full art versions, so it looks really cool to have. We're going to stick this up here with him. Alright, and then the next card I have, we're kicking it way back to 2000. So is a Japanese Neo Typhlosion. So this, a lot of my older Pokemon stuff I've just had for the last like 3 or 4 years. I've gotten it off of random people and just through buying collections and things like that. So I started to wanting to get a few of my favorite ones graded. So this one came back as a 9.5 on the centering, corners, and edges, and a perfect 10 on the surface. So I was very happy with this. I picked out Pokemon cards that I thought were going to get it 10s or at least a 9.5, and I spent like an hour or two looking at everything I had. So I was very happy to see this Typhlosion get this grade. It's very cool to see, and one of my most favorite Pokemon cards from back in the day. The next one, we finally hit a pristine 10 Pokemon card as well. So this is a Japanese Gym Leaders 1. So this is from 1998. And this would have been a black label if the centering wasn't off. Because everything on it was a 10 except for the centering, which was a 9.5. So this is about as almost perfect as you can get as for the card. You can definitely tell it's off-centered from right to left. But other than that, everything looks really clean on this card. And one of the cooler looking arts for sure. Most of the cards that I'm getting graded for Pokemon are probably going to be Japanese for the moment. I have some English cards, but they aren't in as good a condition as I want or really worth getting graded. They'll probably get like 8s or 8.5s really. So that's why I'm kind of sticking with Japanese for the moment, just because they managed to stay in better condition longer. And then lastly, so this is the kind of grand finale. I got super lucky on this last Pokemon card and hit a black label pristine 10 on the 2000 Neo 2 Espeon card. Now this is a gorgeous card, and to have one in a perfect 10 on all 4 categories be a black label is just awesome. Right now, with this card included, there are only 6 black label Pokemon cards in the world. So that just kind of says how hard it is to get a black label on a Pokemon card, or in general. So it's very cool, and especially since it was on an Espeon, being on an Evolution is really cool to have, and something I'm very excited to have, and trying to decide if I want to keep it or if maybe try and throw it up on eBay and see what I get for it. But nonetheless, it's very cool to have. And so that about does it for the past couple submissions I've had. Probably won't have another video for a little bit as far as grading goes just yet, just because I've had so many get graded recently. But for the meantime, if you guys have any questions or want to ask about getting stuff graded or anything like that, feel free to message or comment below. Other than that, take care and have a good Labor Day weekend.